Welcome to the Endless Honeymoon Podcast.
It's Moshe Kasher.
And Natasha Kasher.
Whoa. You decided to finally change your name?
No, it's Legero.
Dude, I campaigned so hard for you to change your name. Do you remember that? I was like, literally, you remember? This was...
Literally.
I said, literally, I cannot believe that a woman would even consider keeping her name. You know? And you were like, you know, I'm an established figure in the entertainment.
I believe the word I said it was brand.
You said I have an established brand.
I am an established brand.
I'm an established brand. I'm working on my personal brand. Oh, by the way, speaking of Natasha's personal brand, do you want to tell him? Natasha's coming out with a brand new line of vinegars. How cool is that? Cleaning vinegars.
What are you talking about?
Honestly, you don't want to mention it?
But you're making a joke right now, but since every celebrity tries to think of the thing that will make them a billionaire because Hollywood's kind of over, you know, people have like their book club or they have their vodka or their wine.
Does a book club make you $1 billion?
Well, Reese Witherspoon, she turns all the books into her own property, her IP. So I'm just saying there's all these different ways. Everyone's got their thing.
Yeah.
This is really embarrassing, but if there was like a cute little stylish looking kit.
Kit of what?
That helped you clean your bathroom in 4 minutes.
Dude,
like a toilet scrubber that was like really cute looking, the little stuff you put in there, a little wipe that you could like. Why are you putting
this on the podcast? This is dumb. This is not your idea. Your idea is brilliant.
Because like I always want to I'm like, how could I just
Legero's loofahs.
No, it's not to clean your body. It's to clean your kitchen, clean your bathroom.
Natasha's.
Clean it in 5 minutes. Then you don't have to have someone do it.
Clean it in 5. Dude, I'm getting too excited. I can't even speak. You feel that Jew coming out of me. Do it. I dare you.
All right. Well, I just need to workshop this just a little bit more because this is just me spitballing. But because like cleaning your toilets, like why? Why do I have to do this?
Wait, but you're saying do it.
I'm saying, what if I could do it in 4 minutes?
4 minutes?
Under 5 minutes.
4 minute 59 seconds.
Yeah, it has like a little like, but it's not like Clorox. Dude, it's like non-toxic.
Are you accepting addendums to your pitch?
Yeah.
You got to put a timer in there. It's a little box you open. It's got all the stuff and you press and it counts down to 4 minutes and 59 seconds and then beeper goes off and you're done. Right? So it's like yeah, you better write that down. Oh, you went to get a sip of wine. Okay, well that's similar to writing it down. Tosh, what do you think? By the way, I think you should definitely start this brand, and I support it completely. You know me. I did a spin-off business. I'm not just in the comedy industry anymore.
What is it?
I'm a musician.
Oh my God,
what?
You're DJing?
Yeah, I'm an EDM DJ.
Oh my God, I did podcast today, and they're like, "Oh my God, I love how you told your husband that the bands he likes only have bumper stickers. We totally know what you're talking about." Everyone in our community,
they sound like a sharp bunch.
Everyone in our community, they don't have any record deals, but they do get stickers made. I'm just saying.
Sounds like a crack group. Tosh, what do you think? By the way, I got a question for that ass, for that perfect ass.
Yes.
What do you think about my shoes?
So what else were we going to talk about today?
You don't like them? They're dope, dude. Look, they got little palms on them. These are from Patriarchy shoes. They sent them to me for free. By the way, the last time they sent me a pair of shoes for free, I won an Emmy. So
Honey,
these are kind of...
No one is...
Don't insult them, please.
I'm not insulting the shoes. I'm insulting what is coming out of the shoes.
Me?
It's a little hairy for like to show off the...
You're saying I shouldn't do barefoot? I think I look cool. You see, I should be ashamed of the way that God made my body?
I didn't say ashamed. I just think some
An
socks
Italian
would be nice.
woman telling me that my legs are a bit hairy?
Oh my God. My mom would not let me shave my legs until I was in 7th grade.
Oh,
and
they
I used to wear...
Came in like a linguine?
It was like yours. And I would put like white stockings over it and you would just see all these like swirls of hair just like all the way down my legs. And I wanted to have sex so bad and it just wouldn't happen. Although I was in 7th grade, but I was still like pretty much into like... I was ready.
Let me tell you, yeah, you were a horny 7th grader. Let me tell you that first of all, you can have sex with hairy legs. Okay. It's not like that anymore. We've moved on.
This was the 90s or the 80s.
There was a moment. I used to wear long sleeves and collars up here and be ashamed of my chest hair and my leg hair. And there's a moment I looked in the mirror and I said to myself, I think I was about 28 years old. I said to myself, you know what? I can either be ashamed and hide the way I look, or I can embrace it and go, I love it. And I decided to love it. So all you internet commenters talking about how hairy my arms and wrists are and my legs, and even my wife does it. Even my own wife in this pair of perfect Patar shoes, talking all this shit about how hairy I am. You know what? That's what a man looks like. This is tea. A lot of people take tea. They take it. I don't need to take it. I'm brimming with it.
Those shoes look like what like
don't insult them.
The Menendez brothers would wear on the weekend in Beverly Hills in the 80s. Like when they're going to their like horse tournaments, or I don't know, like maybe just like a day of golf, like on the sidelines.
I want to thank the guys at Patar Shoes for sending them to me. I think they're dope. They're all like slip-ons like this, and they got all these cool designs on them.
They're very like Beverly Hills 97.
Yeah, and if you are going to a horse tournament, I think these are a great pair of shoes to rock. If you're not ashamed of your body, and if you're not going to listen to negging from your own wife. But here's the real reality. The real reality is a wife should support her husband no matter what he says. She should shave her legs on a daily basis, and she should change her name and go with the husband's last name. These are truths.
All right. Well, listen. If you think that I should start a cleaning company,
press 1.
Let me know. I really enjoy everyone's feedback. And speaking of feedback, we have what?
Oh, this is what I was going to say. Sorry, go ahead. You were going to do.
Were you pointing to your pants too?
Well, I told you I had to transition into this.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
But we don't have to do it.
Your pants are nice. You are obsessed with pants.
My pants are nice. My shoes are nice. It's hot outside in Los Angeles. Though it's late October, it feels like summer, right? Mm-hmm. And they say don't wear white after Labor Day, but I think rules are for fools. And in fact, our most recent Patreon dinner party was all about the summer. You remember that? Mm-hmm. We gathered and we talked about our greatest accomplishments this summer, the thing that we had the most fun doing, and we had a big gathering.
Yeah, these gatherings are really cool because I do feel like, it's not very in style right now to change the way you think about anything or to get inspired by anyone else about the way you think. But I feel like with like-minded people, you can have some discourse and people can inspire you and you can look at things in a new way.
And some Discord. You can jump onto the Patreon Discord as well and chat.
But I don't know what that is.
I know what you're saying, though. It's like almost we started doing this creative endeavor, and then all of a sudden we created this like community because there's familiar faces and there's always like tons of new faces at these how often do we do it? Every 3 months? Every 2 months? Every 3 months? We have these dinner parties on Patreon, and it's like there's almost like a family reunion thing happening, like the honeymooners are gathering, and then there's new people too, so there's always this like infusion of new characters but old characters. We got Mexican Morrissey's there every time,
and no crazy people.
You're right.
How did that happen?
That is so interesting. You're right.
Remember when you would take like adult education? I used to take a lot of adult education, and like you'd like whoever these people were, like
they were old. That's who they were.
Always
You'd be like
the worst questions.
I have a question that's not really a question, but actually just a list of things that I think and books that I've read that want to prove to the rest of the class that I am smarter than they actually are.
There's no one like that.
I know.
I think we're attracting good people, so that makes me excited. It makes me excited about the community. It makes me excited about the podcast. It makes me excited about moving forward.
You know what I'm excited about?
What's that?
This is going to happen. Is the first Endless Honeymoon meet cute. We met in the Zoom. We met in the Patreon. We met at one of your dinner parties.
Oh, we could do an app, a dating app.
Oh, I love that. We should do
Hinge,
singles.
but for our fans.
We should do singles. Oh, let's do it. Here's a Patreon thing. If you
want to do a singles mixer?
I love this.
How does it work?
I think we're
And is it better than my clean bathroom in 4 minutes idea?
No, because this is just a gift to the community. Any tier you're at, I'm going to say it. Any tier you're at, okay? $5 and up, any tier. If you're single and you would like to be to come to a speed dating, wait, how would this work? Let's think about this. Yeah, okay. We could do a speed date where people break out into subgroups, sub-Zooms. Is that going to work, Laura? We'll figure something out.
No, I know what happens.
Okay.
All the single people come on the Zoom.
Yeah.
And we talk to each of them for like 5 minutes each.
Oh,
and then if we're like
I love this.
We prep them to talk about themselves, and then anyone who's interested in anyone else can just sidebar. We don't need to get involved in their Zooms.
No. We are involved. Here's how it goes. they're all on a date with us. Oh, Laura, hold on. Before you jump in, they're all on a date with us. Okay. We're the first date. Everybody observes us dating everybody. And then they signal to us their interest privately.
Why can't they just DM people?
Can I just finish my pitch?
Yes.
Mark Cuban before you say you're out. This is my life.
Is that Mr. Millionaire or whatever?
Mr. Millionaire. Mark Cuban. This is my life. I get 1/3 through an idea and Natasha's like, bad idea. It's like, let me just finish it. You can't know it's bad until the idea's out.
It's called a vibe. I just get it.
But keep the vibe to the end and then womp.
Okay, fine.
Womp at the end. That's what it's going to say on my tombstone. I wish now it's time to womp me. All right. Anyway, they all come on the Zoom. Okay. There's 20 of them. We do 5-minute dates with each of them. Right. Then everybody emails us saying, I was interested in guy A, girl B, and then we tell them who they matched with.
Okay, now the only problem with that is we have a global community. We have people from all different countries.
We'll ask them where they're from, so that'll have to factor into their decision.
Okay, so we have to make sure that people are from... Now it's starting to get a little confusing, because what if you're really interested in the girl who lives in Minneapolis, but you live in Portland?
It's not going to work, probably, but maybe it will. Maybe you're down. Sidebar. You ever heard of cyber? You've never heard of cyber?
No.
Cyber.
Sidebar? No,
sidebar's separate, and I will give you that it sounds very similar to cyber, and so I can understand why you're confused. I switched topics. Cyber.
What's cyber?
You never cybered?
Are you talking about a Cybertruck by Elon Musk?
No, I'm not. This is way before Cybertruck. This is cyber.
I don't know what this is.
Me and that girl, I'm in a long-distance relationship. Every Thursday night, we cyber. You never heard this?
No.
Cyber sex.
Cool.
You heard of it?
Have I heard of cyber sex?
Yeah, have you?
Yeah, I have.
Do you know what it is?
When you fuck or masturbate looking at porn?
So you don't know what it is?
No, Moshe, I don't know. And I have a
feeling...
feeling...
You don't know what cyber sex is? It's like a term from like 1997.
Cyber sex? Yes, I mean, I've heard of it. I don't...
You think it's porn? You think cyber sex is masturbating?
I don't know. The way you're asking me is like...
interrogative?
Yes, like really annoying. Like... I don't know. I can't even get over, like, I can't tell if you're kidding or you're using, like, you've read the hip hop dictionary too much from the 90s.
Or you think I'm using hip hop slang?
I don't know what cyber is.
Cyber sex, or for short, cyber, is where you have chat and or video and or cyber,
Isn't that called something else now? Like,
what would they call it now? Youngs?
No, it's called like, what's it called that everyone does?
FaceTime?
No, where Whitney Cummings did her special.
OnlyFans?
Yeah, isn't that OnlyFans?
No, that's porn.
Oh.
OnlyFans is when you are like a hot influencer, like Bahad Bahabi, right? Mm-hmm. And you charge people, $13 a month to get your uncensored content. So you can see Bahad Bahabi's vagina, right? Mm-hmm. And she makes a lot of money. Bahad Bahabi makes like something.
Honey, Bad Baby. You mean the girl from Donahue?
Yes.
Or from like Dr. Phil?
No wonder you don't know what cyber sex is. You think Dr. Phil is Donahue.
Well, Donahue was around when Bad Baby was on Dr. Phil or whatever she was on. She was on some talk show.
First of all, you're mispronouncing it. And you're mispronouncing both names.
By the way, I saw her.
Whoa. You went to a Bahad Bahabi concert?
Yeah, me and Howard Kramer went.
First of all, you're mispronouncing her name and the other name. It's Bahad Bahabi and Dr. Fahil.
All right. Well, listen.
Wait, hold on. Don't move on. We're in the middle of a breakdown of the difference between OnlyFans and cybersex.
Okay. What is cybersex?
So that's what OnlyFans is. It's porn stars. It's influencers. It's people that have uncensored content that want to interact with their fans and give them. It's almost like Patreon a little bit. OnlyFans, but what? It's one to many, right? Cybersex is one to one. Thank you, Laura. Cybersex is I meet a girl on the Endless Honeymoon Patreon.
Sounds like someone in this room has done a lot of cybersex.
Yeah, I've done a lot of cybersex.
Really?
Of course, I've done a lot of real sex. I've done carnal sex, flesh sex, and I've done cybersex.
Do you want to interrogate me on what flesh sex is?
Yeah, it's where you have sex with somebody's real flesh. In and out until you go, oh my God, I think I'm gonna splooge. And
so
then
you've cybersexed with girls, like, and you just know their first name?
First of all, splooge is a great term. You're saying a stranger? First of all, cybersex doesn't have to be with a stranger.
Is it with the same people? Like, you're like, oh, I want to meet up with,
It's like asking me if sex...
Dirty Mouth 43 again.
Yeah, you could meet up with Dirty Mouth 43 again. But it's like asking me if sex is with the same people all the time. It's like sometimes you have a one-night stand and sometimes you have a long-term sexual relationship.
Well, listen, you are a true sexpert. Thank you so much for shedding this light.
Cybersplaining?
Sexplaining. Yes, it's been great.
But wait, we never got to the point.
What's the point?
These two people meet on the Endless Honeymoon podcast speed dating round. One lives in Minneapolis, one lives in Portland. They sidebar, they start emailing, they like each other, they take a shine to each other, they take it to the next level. They say, hey, would you like to cyber? The other one goes, I'd love to. They start talking hot and dirty to each other. They jerk a little bit on webcam. You know, that goes on for a few months. They decide to do a weekend vacation in the Everglades, maybe a neutral spot, neither Portland nor Minneapolis. They have a wonderful time. They see an alligator. They go to Key West. They have a Mai Tai. They fly home to their respective homes. They can't stop thinking about each other. They cyber a few more times. One of them decides to move to Portland. They move to Portland. They get engaged. They get married. They have 4 kids. One of them cures cancer. And that's how it comes to an end.
That would be awesome.
Wouldn't it?
That would be great. So listen, if you want to be in our Patreon community and you want to cyber with someone, that's something that we are working on. And I really like it. I think it could be cool. And maybe then we could but then I don't want to exclude people.
Oh, you mean the people that don't need?
Yeah, the married.
You know what? We'll do an intimacy workshop. Actually, we should talk about that. Eventually, we should talk about that. I want to.
Oh my God! Well, we are going to an intimacy workshop,
Exactly.
So we're going to have great things. We actually are going. Oh, we shouldn't say where we're going.
We should say.
I don't want a bunch of people to show up.
Isn't it full?
Oh yeah, it's full.
Go ahead and say it.
Okay, so Moshe. No, let's.
Why not? Are you scared of our? Oh, you're talking all this shit about what a community we're creating, but the minute they have any access to us, you're scared.
I'm saying
you think our Patreon subscribers are going to kill us?
An intimacy workshop is very personal and private. I'd love to not know anyone in it.
I think it would be awesome for me and you to be doing like deep eye gazing and then look over and realize that there's like just a group of honeymooners, and they're like, your podcast got me through the pandemic. And then they turn to their partner.
You know what? If there's still open spots, do it. We're going to go do an intimacy workshop at Esalen on New Year's Day week. Mm-hmm. And I'm excited.
I'm excited too. Do you think we'll do deep eye gazing?
I really hope not.
I mean, what do you think an intimacy workshop is?
I hope it's not that.
It's that. It is that.
How do you know?
I don't know, but I know. Like any intimacy workshop that doesn't have deep eye gazing, it's kind of like, what are you even doing here?
Really?
Isn't that like the first thing? That's like the first thing. I don't know.
Can I roll my eyes while we do the deep eye gazing?
I would. You can do whatever you want. I'm going to go into it with a very open mind. And
I'm excited that you're down.
Of course I'm down. I like hippie shit.
All right. Well, listen.
Don't you remember my big revelation at Brighton Bush Hot Springs?
What was it?
I was like, you know what? I talk all this shit about hippie mysticism type shit. But every time I walk a freaking labyrinth at a hot spring, I feel good. So I'm like, what does it matter if I believe in MAGICK? I should just do more hippie shit because it actually makes me feel like I'm working on myself.
All right. Well, listen, I'm excited for you. I'm excited for me.
I'm excited for us.
I'm excited for these people who have written us letters, and we are going to have a moment right now. We have some time. Got a lot of letters. Let's read them, address them, see what's going on in the community.
Can I ask you one question before we get into that?
What?
Do you know what LOL stands for?
Moshe.
Lots of letters. You probably think it does. That's probably what you think LOL stands for.
All right, I'm going to go first.
Okay.
Hi. My best friend's boyfriend set me up with my partner, and because of this, I'm now privy to the fact my best friend's boyfriend is leading a second life that she is not aware of.
Oh, shit.
She often talks about being ready for an engagement, kids, etc. All the while, I know he wants minimal commitment and to continue partying. We're in the mid-30s. I hear bits of what is said among the guys, and I know she is blissfully unaware of his drug use and the fact he doesn't want to commit to her any more than he has in 3+ years of dating. We've been best friends for 10+ years, and it breaks my heart she doesn't know. But it also doesn't feel like my business to share. Help!
That's interesting she did the accent at the end. Help!
Wait, what do you think of this?
I think this one, is, I think she should tell her best friend.
Really?
Yeah.
Because part of me is like, won't she just find out eventually? You know, he's going to like eventually break up with her when she I mean, she's supposed to say, you know, just so you know, your boyfriend's on drugs.
Not the drugs.
He does drugs and he doesn't really want a commitment to you.
Not the drug stuff, but I feel like if it's my best friend, I would want to know, like, just so you know, I don't think he's really in the commitment. Is that what do you think? Mind your own business?
Well, she's probably really sprung on him because he's pulling back and she's pushing and she's, you know, in her mid-30s. That is a pretty normal time to want to start to think about settling down.
Sure.
It's not like they're like 23 or something.
Right.
So I don't know. This is really hard.
I feel like this, I don't know. If it's best friend of 10 years, then yeah, you just tell him. It doesn't mean you get involved and say you should stop seeing him. You just say, just so you know, like everything I think, am I wrong here? Just so you know, everything I've heard, he doesn't seem like he's really into commitment. I mean, he's a partier, dude. I mean, what, you're not going to tell your best friend that?
Or
you're going to keep a secret for what? For some guy that your best friend, that your boyfriend is best friends with? I don't get it.
Okay, what if you do this? What if you only engage with her on the topic if she asks?
Okay, I could accept that. But what if it's like she's like, "Oh my God, we're gonna be so good together, little kids. I can't wait to have us babies. They're gonna have hazel eyes because mine are green and his are brown. They're gonna be hazel." And you just do not say, "Dude, I don't think that Skylar is gonna commit to you."
Well, let's put yourself in the
Skylar
girl's.
is a ketamine addict.
Let's put yourself in the girl's position.
Yeah.
What would you want to hear? What would you like? I would want solid proof. I would think my friend was jealous or something if she was just like, just so you know, I don't think he's really serious.
This is your best friend of 10 years. You think she's jealous?
I don't know. I don't know.
I would take it seriously. Am I alone? Does no one agree with me? Am I being a big ass cock block here? I mean, it's like.
So tell me what you would say. Brent is like, I really want to marry Julie. And you're like, okay. And like, you've already seen that she's like kind of a slut.
A slut?
Can you say that?
I'd say, Brent, dude, Julie's a fucking slut, bro.
No, you saw her like she snorts coke. She's always like flirting with people. What would you say to him? And he's like, oh man, we're going to have a house. It's going to be awesome.
I mean, this is a little hard. The gender dynamic of it is actually fucking me up. Because I don't know, it just seems so like no, it's not that. It's not that she's observed that he's a party animal. It's that she says she's overheard him saying, "Bro, I fucking never will commit. I never commit. I'm not committing, dude. I'll commit to one thing, and it's ketamine. It's bass music and ketamine." So she knows that, and this is her. Here's what's fucking me up. Best friend of 10 years.
But here's the other thing that's fucking me up. She's dating his best friend. So she's not just like an innocent party best friend. She's like also privy to all this stuff from her boyfriend who she likes, and she doesn't want to seem like a narc.
Oh, you think it's a betrayal of her boyfriend to say something?
Kind of. You know, she's in a really bad position. If she were just the best friend, she's got nothing to lose, but she's actually in what seems like a happy relationship with this unserious dude's friend.
Well, she also I almost feel like we're not getting the full story here because she says he's leading a second life that she's not aware of. It's like second life is way different than he's just like a kind of fuckboy party animal.
Is it a total betrayal to go to the boyfriend and say, listen, I think you need, no, that doesn't
break up with my best friend?
Or I don't know, like, I think you need, no, because she doesn't want to tell, it would be a betrayal to tell the guy that, oh, my friend wants to marry you. Like that would just be, I would hate it if someone said that. I think if the girl brings it up, her friend, she should say, listen, I think you should, if you really want to have a baby soon, you should talk to him about this.
I like this.
I can't tell if he's serious.
I like this.
And I feel like you should maybe confront him, address it.
You lost me. Confront.
Not confront, but like she needs to go further into her want and desire for him to be a basic ass bitch and her engaged and start their wedding and go to their honeymoon and start planning their life together. I think maybe the friend could push her, if that's what you want, I think you need to push him for that.
Yeah.
And then if he's not
don't push him for that.
Okay.
I mean, I'm with you so far. You're talking about direct communication.
Yeah.
I like this. Best friend. Next
Give
time,
him enough rope to hang himself.
No games. Next time she brings the guy up, she goes, I think you should ask him directly. I think you should, if you want commitment from him, you should ask him directly. Where do you see this going? You think we're going to have kids? Because I'm not trying to talk about his business, but I don't really see that in his future.
I don't know if you can say that.
I think you can.
Because then she's gonna be like, Marsha said that she doesn't think that we have a future. Do you know why she's saying that?
Just ask him directly and say, don't say Marsha said that I said. Ask him directly. Do you think you could see the two of us being like fully committed in a few years? I mean, that's her best friend of 10 years. She owes her at least that.
I hear you. And this is a really hard situation, but I do think that like, that's why I think her bringing it up, staying out of it, just really your motto, if you're listening, and I hope you are, is like the opposite of gossip.
Right.
Just really try to like avoid it at all costs. So
no
it's just,
gossip, but best friend always.
Yes.
Be a friend, not a gossip. That's the motto.
Love it.
Okay, Natasha, well, you were upstairs running an errand between letters. Beyond belief, toxic producer Laura and intern Brian came through.
Yeah, what they
say?
say?
Well, some wisdom. Okay. First of all,
do they want to do the podcast?
Yeah, maybe they fucking do. And maybe you should sign up for the top tier of the Patreon, and then you can get your little opinions in. Or you just tell me, and I'll regurgitate them. But first of all, yeah, that double life, too much information, I think that is true, that there's too much information missing. That it's not just that this guy's like, oh, I'm not really, I don't know if I want commitment. Clearly, this woman's seen him do some shit. Mm-hmm. Or she wouldn't be writing this letter. She's seen he's maybe fucking other people, or he's maybe a hardcore drug addict. Like there's a lot of missing information. And then Laura said that no matter what this person says, she's never going to believe it, which is so true. I mean,
the girl's not going to believe it.
The girl, when you're sprung, you don't
exactly.
hear the advice of your
friend.
friend.
She's just going to be mad at her friend.
So Laura said she's got to find a way for her to discover this information for herself.
Okay.
Now that's pretty good advice. It actually is disrespectful that she said it, and it was kind of wiser than maybe what we were saying. Don't like that. But the truth is that's true. Is that if you say I don't think he's really there, that's not going to dissuade him. So maybe just help your friend discover it along the path. But that's more on that gossip tip. I don't know what to say. All right. Hey, next letter.
Sure.
Hey, Natasha and Moshe. I'm a woman in my 30s, and I've been married to my husband for 10 years. We were Mormon, and then we got married. So we are the only sexual partners we've ever had. You okay over there? Natasha's
my heart rate goes up when people say they're Mormon.
Natasha's practicing for the intimacy workshop with the holotropic breathing exercises. I have a much higher libido than my husband, always have, and I am much more open and cautious and curious, rather, to trying new things. He is not. Would you like some examples, Natasha? He doesn't like doggy style.
Oh my goodness.
Tonguing. I think she means kissing, probably.
No, she means tonguing an asshole.
What?
That's what Brian said.
Tonguing is tonguing an asshole? Why wouldn't she say...
Kissing is tonguing?
Why would you say tonguing for tonguing an asshole?
I think that's what it's called.
Tonguing?
Laura?
No.
Brian's saying yes.
Eating ass is what you would say.
Well, this is a Mormon. She doesn't say things like eating ass on her computer. She's not typing eating
What?
ass.
I thought it was kissing with tongue too, Laura. All right, anyway.
Wait, AI can't tell you?
AI. Is that the only source we have?
Yeah, Google now. When you Google something, it just tells you what AI thinks.
ChatGPT will not tell you whether tonguing is eating ass or not.
Well, because ChatGPT is a Mormon.
What's up? We are right. Laura and I are right. It is. Well, we could be wrong. All right. Tosh, put your phone down.
AI is like a total prude.
It is a prude.
Oh my God. Look what AI says tonguing is. A technique used to play wind instruments that involves using the tongue to enunciate notes and produce different sounds. The AI is like an old granny.
Or
what are we going to do?
No, hold on. Now put your phone down, Tosh.
What is tonguing slang for? French kissing.
Yes.
Yes? But that's fucked up. If he's not going to French kiss her?
But what if that is what it... He's so old school. He's like, oh, I don't like playing wind instruments. I don't like doggy style. playing wind instruments,
Okay,
and many
so-
other things. And basically just likes having sex in our bed once a week, missionary style. The Mormon likes missionary style. He puts on his little badge. Or girl on top. Okay, so he is a freak. Girl on top. That's crazy. That's some crazy shit right there. I try and joke and play with him, but he just kind of laughs it off. Like literally adding dick appointments to our calendar, and he just laughs them off. I've been having what feels like the same sex for 10 years. How can I communicate bluntly with him that I need something new in the mix, whatever that may be on his end, and that he's comfortable with without making him self-conscious or embarrassed? He's a handsome guy and is straight as far as I know. You okay over there?
I've just had one of these before.
Maybe it's religious trauma. I've been reading massive amounts of smut to fill my time. Love the podcast.
Okay, honey, listen. I'm sorry. Are they married?
They are married for 10 years.
Damn it.
What do you got, Tosh?
I mean, they're not compatible. And he's not going to change.
The question is, can sexual compatibility, especially when informed by religious trauma, can sexual compatibility be built upon, or is it permanent? Is it a static state of being, or is it something you can work on?
Why are these questions so hard?
We do an advice podcast.
I mean,
I know what these people should do.
What? Because my instinct is that like they shouldn't have gotten married in the first place. Because I've had like a million boyfriends, and I was in a 3-year relationship with someone where every time I tried to do something sexual, they would get like really uncomfortable, and then I would try to talk about it, and he'd be like, you know, I don't like talking about this stuff, and I'm just like, that is, if I accidentally married someone like that, which I'm sure Mormons sometimes do, because they're just kind of, it's forced upon them to get married too soon. And so I just feel like I don't have faith that something like this will change, and she's going to be forever unsatisfied, and he's going to, and then you just fucking feel like Peg Bundy in the relationship.
Well, bonbons are good, honey.
But you're just always the horny one, and he's always like, oh, this is making me uncomfortable.
I wonder what that's like.
You think I'm like that?
No, I think I'm just always the horny one.
That's not true.
No? You think you're a pretty big horn dog?
I wouldn't call myself a horn dog.
That's what everybody calls you.
I would say that sometimes I'm busy. And you like to have sex at like 1 a.m.
That is my preferred time. All right, I do think I know what these people should do. Because everything you're saying on a level is true, right? They're not sexually compatible. Here's the complication for them. They're not sexually compatible, but they discovered that on their own individual life journeys. When they got married, they were sexually compatible because both of them were religious and both of them were inexperienced.
Right.
They experienced each other, and then to complicate things further, they left the faith, which allowed this woman to say, well, now that I'm not in that faith, I can explore my sexuality. Oh, turns out I'm a freak. And he's like, oh, turns out I'm a prude.
Doggy style is not a freak.
I'm with you.
I'm just like, this is pretty basic.
I'm with you.
These are like the top 3 positions.
No, I'm with you. He's got a problem. She doesn't.
Yeah.
Oh, she does have a problem, and it's him. Right. So, there's this phrase in AA, if you're not growing, you're going, or there's another one. AA is the king of pithy statements. If nothing changes, nothing changes.
I have a Woody Allen quote for your ass.
Yeah, what is it? To tongue it?
We all hate him. But I remember reading that, I think it was him. He said, if a relationship are like fish, if they're not moving forward, they're like dead.
Right.
They just float to the top and they die. And so it's like, it's the same thing you're saying. It's like moving forward. So how do they move forward together?
So this woman, fortunately, has to have an uncomfortable conversation. It cannot be, because sex is so uncomfortable, and I'm guilty of this sometimes too. Sex is so uncomfortable that you don't have the uncomfortable conversation, or you have it in a way that allows the uncomfortable person to get out of it, right? You go like, I love a dick appointment, he, right? This isn't a he, right? When you put dick appointment in the calendar, it allows the sexually frigid guy to say like, oh honey, you need to have a conversation where oh honey's not an answer, right? Hey, it's like, hey, can you sit down? I have to talk to you about something important, right?
I really want to stick my finger in your ass.
No, I'm serious. I don't feel like we are sexually compatible. That's a big atom bomb in a relationship. I think my sexual desires and your sexual desires are not matching right now, and it's becoming a bigger and bigger problem. and I need us to have a serious conversation about sex. Oh, I know. I mean, I'm not saying it's easy. I'm just saying it's true. And there are people out there who can help you with stuff like this. There are sexual relationship counselors. There are sex education workshops you can go to. You can go to intimacy workshops that are not just about like emotional intimacy, that are about sexual intimacy. But because of the status quo, and I'm going to even guess that because of the sort of vanilla patriarchy that you guys both emerged from, it's very easy for your husband to blow past those needs because he's used to being his kind of vanilla thing being normative, but it's not normative in the world you live anymore. So you're going to have to say, honey, this isn't working for me. I love you. I want to be with you if she wants to be with him. I want to be with you, but I need more sexually from you. I need us to go either to a relationship counselor that specializes in sexuality, or for us to go to a sexuality workshop, and I need you to try.
Or for you to be open to some more things together.
I don't think, personally, that she can say, hey, I need you to get into, doggy style and licking my ass. I think they've got to start with communication. They can't start with her just giving a proclamation that he's got to turn into a freak. He doesn't know how. He's stuck.
But he did leave the church. So that is the one thing I will say, like, and you did that together. And that sounds like that must make you very close.
Right. I'm sure she loves him very much.
Leaving a church together and leaving the whole philosophy and, the rigidity of both of your parents. And, that's a lot to do together. And maybe that's a good thing to start on.
Right.
We did this together. Maybe we can do this together.
I love what you're saying. We did this together. We left the church together. That took great courage. I need more courage from you because I'm not satisfied sexually in this. It's a very difficult conversation to have.
And here's why you have to have this conversation. And I agree with you, Moshe.
I know what you're about to say. I love it.
I say it a lot.
It's true.
Well, he might be gay.
Oh, I wasn't thinking you were going to say that in any way.
Well, she just needs to find out. If he's just like, no, I can't. It makes me uncomfortable. Oh, please don't touch my butthole. Oh, I really don't like that. Do you mind? Can you not talk during that? Can you just move to the side? Like, it's like the guy might just be like going through the motions. I mean,
Tom Segura has a great joke about ass play, guys that think ass play is gay. He's like, oh, you should try it with a woman. It's way better. But no, I don't think the guy, maybe he is gay, but it's just as likely that he's gay, or that he, just as likely as that is that he just is traumatized by the sexual rigidity and uptightness of the religious sect that he comes from.
I mean,
he can't escape that part.
In my special, I talked about when I went to Salt Lake City, where there's a lot of Mormons. They like stopped me at the mall, and this woman was like, you can't show your shoulders at this mall.
Right.
She's like, this is a Mormon run mall. You need to cover your shoulders. It was like an outdoor mall, like the Grove.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's probably so ingrained in them. So I think it's worth bringing up and pressing just to see where you come out. And if he comes out still, it doesn't appear that they have children yet. So, I mean, marriage is like whatever. You can still divorce them.
It's no more jokes, though, for her. That's what I'm saying. There are no more cute, playful, he, how about a dick appointment? Because he will rebuff that. Any opportunity you give for that unhorny rat to scramble out of a corner, he will scramble out of the corner. So you got to give him no quarter, because what I thought you were going to say is, if you don't confront this now and robustly, you will continue to grow apart until you have wasted 10 more years of your life, and you will come to realize that you are not satisfied, and you will get a divorce then. And you'll probably have kids, and it'll be a fucking nightmare. So you can either have a difficult conversation now, or you can find yourself in an impossible situation 10 years from now. Have the conversation. I feel like we got our mojo back. Brian and Laura, you guys can fucking eat a dick. You're not good at this at all. You think you're better than us. We're better than you.
All right. Well, you know what? I need to switch gears for a second because these questions are heavy. Let's hear some secrets.
Let's do it.
Hi, Moshe and Natasha. So my girlfriend and I went to your live show in Santa Cruz this weekend. We brought this girl that we've occasionally had threesomes with, and we had such a good time. The show was great. It was really funny. And then so after the show, we go back to our hotel room and we have a threesome. It was very fun. Everyone had a great time. The next morning, we go to the beach and we're like very publicly throupled up for the first time, which was really fun. There's like a little kissing, a little touching. It was great. But then on the car ride back home, we get stuck in traffic, and the third, I'm just going to call her that, she gets into the back seat with my girlfriend, and she's like, fuck it. And they just start hooking up. We're like stuck in traffic. We're driving home, and I'm just adjusting the mirror, seeing like an occasional titty in the mouth, hands in pants. It was great. It was honestly one of the best weekends of my life. And, you know, I'm not saying you guys directly led to it, but, you know. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Wow, this is
yeah.
really on brand with what we were talking about.
Yes.
We can start setting people up, thrupled up.
Dude, this is so great. You know what's funny? I was thinking about my night that night.
Oh, me and that oxygen mask?
You were in a space helmet, had full-blown COVID, slept in a separate separate hotel room.
Which we had to pay for.
Yeah. I let the nanny go, and I still haven't paid him. I let the nanny go, and me and my daughter just went to bed. So, you know, we're all having different experiences in Santa Cruz, but the Endless Honeymoon podcast provides unbelievable, unbridled, carnal sexuality to our community.
I mean, is that a thing? Like, you can just get thrupled up like that?
Yeah, in Santa Cruz, anything can happen. And an Endless Honeymoon podcast Patreon.
See, I thought it was going to end bad. Like, traffic happened, and then it's like annoying,
That's what
and
I
everyone's
thought.
going to fight, and then
I
they get
thought
into a
that-
car accident.
I was gearing up with a Ram Dass quote, and it was inapplicable. You know, the Ram Dass quote is like when it comes to like communal living and psychedelics, and like, you know, everybody's living on a commune.
You need to grow up.
No, it's like, who does the dishes? Who does the dishes? Like, I thought when they hit traffic, he was going to be like, and then it was just like, we start complaining about traffic, and it's like, this isn't as magical as I thought. But then he's like, and then the girl jumps in the back seat and starts fingering my girlfriend, and I'm jerking off on the 17 back to San Jose. What a fucking lovely life you've got.
I mean, the men in the throuple are
stoked.
always stoked. I mean, it was that TV show we watched, Couples Therapy.
I wasn't stoked.
I mean, it's just funny to be the man in the throuple.
Why?
Why isn't it two men and a girl?
Okay, sometimes
it's
it is.
always a man and two women.
Sometimes it is, honey.
Two men and a woman?
You know, a throuple, it connotes not that there's just threesomes happening, although it sounds like they went from threesome to throuple, because that's different. A threesome's not a throuple.
Is a throuple a relationship?
That's right.
Okay.
A throuple is like, we're back at home, and I'm making dinner, and we're all like having a date. We're all watching The Notebook together.
Ugh, that sounds really annoying.
But there's one more person to do the dishes.
That's true.
Yeah.
What about a cyber throuple?
That's an interesting idea. So we're poly, but only for cyber.
All right, well, let's keep working on that. All right, well, listen, I'm glad that we brought you guys together.
I had another question
Yes.
about, you know how I'm always asking, is this non-monogamy?
Mm-hmm.
We can end with this. Wait, do we have another secret? No. Do you want to do one more?
That was only one.
Okay, well, I have another question
Yes?
about, is it cheating if you're getting catfished?
What?
Okay.
Yes, that's also lying.
Hold on. I'm in a relationship with you, right?
Okay.
And I fall in love with a woman online who's like, you know, I love your comedy and whatever. And I start a whole affair with her. But then it was revealed that it was just a man in Manila trying to steal my money.
Of course that's cheating.
I've cheated, but it's just some guy that's hustling me. He's just conning me. Nothing happened.
It's called emotional cheating or something.
With a con artist in a call center?
Yeah, because you were letting yourself fall in love. You were letting your emotions go towards this person. I mean, what does it matter if it's a fucking chair?
You think it would be cheating if it was a chair?
I'm just saying.
What if it was okay? I'll take it one step further.
A statue? People fall in love with statues.
One step further.
What?
It's not a man in Manila. It's AI. It's a bot.
Yes, it's still cheating. It's emotional cheating.
It's a bot?
I can't get like gonorrhea, but like, yeah, it's still some kind of
You think that's cheating? I fell in love with an AI program.
Yeah.
And it's cheating.
If you fall in love with someone else,
You know, in AA,
you're no longer available to your primary partner. Your new primary partner is a robot.
in AA, we used to say there were two criterias for relapse, right? You had to have intention and actuality. This is right. Intention is I intended to take a drink, and actuality is it's alcohol. So I couldn't pick up a drink thinking it was water and it's vodka. That's not a relapse. If I accidentally drink the vodka, I thought it was water.
Of course.
And I can't reach for the bottle, the glass of vodka and drink it and realize it's water. That's also not a relapse. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying, but I know that it's cheating.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll log off.
Right.
Should we hear another secret?
Let's hear it.
Hi, Natasha. Hi, Moshe. I called in to the podcast circa 2020 looking for a little bit of advice about my dad, who was in his late 60s, who was also sleeping with Filipino women who were ranging from 19 to 25. And I was wondering how to deal with that situation and find love for my father amidst his torrid love affairs. He unfortunately passed away recently, and my secret is that we had to tell everyone at his funeral that he passed away from heart complications and general poor health. This is not true. We discovered that he went on a 3.5-week-long trip without telling anyone, his ex-wife, son, or daughter, to the Philippines to be with multiple young 20-year-old women. And he stubbed his toe and ended up needing to go to a Filipino hospital to get his toe amputated.
Oh my God.
And then died of a terrible infection.
Oh my God.
There's part of me that is so angry at him for the choices that have led up to this. And there's also part of me that is like, the son of a bitch went out how he wanted to, doing what he loved, which was fucking 20-year-old Filipino women. It's been a very dramatic and chaotic and depressing time, but it feels so good to actually get off of my chest how it all went down. Okay,
Question, Natasha.
Yeah, is Laura
that
a genius? It's like, how did you produce it like that? We were talking about it, and that happened. Is that cheating?
My big punchline got stepped on by praising Laura. I mean, listen, Laura, that was great, but there was going to be a great moment. Timing.
Is that cheating?
Yeah, is it cheating to fly to the Philippines on a 3.5 week long sex tourism vacation and die?
Yeah, and he was divorced, so it doesn't.
Oh,
quite...
was he divorced?
Yeah.
Maybe my punchline wasn't as fun as it could have been. You know, it is a funny idea. He died doing what he loved. In some ways, he died doing what he loved. But I'm going to guess he didn't love having a gangrenous infection in a Manila hospital and watching as sepsis took over his body.
Here's the thing. This is what I got out of this. Because at first she was like, you know, I really wanted to talk to him about it. And like, I mean, I was stalking my child the other day at her playground.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, she's not playing with the other kids.
Uh-huh.
And then I like wanted to talk to her about it.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, why weren't you playing when they were all dancing? And then I talked to my therapist about it. And she was like, why are you watching your child during the playground? Like, what is wrong with you? Like, She was just like, this is not your place. This has nothing to do with you. If you would have gone there another day, someone else would have been sitting out. Like,
right.
You need to remove yourself from the situation. I was going to say, like, that reminds me of her. Like, it's not her. There's nothing you can do about your dad, what he wants to do, right? Like, it's like you kind of got to step out a little bit.
I mean, I'm just interested in the fact that you heard about this guy's 3-week prostitution through the islands of the Philippines vacation where he died of a gangrenous toe. And you were like, this reminds me. I was watching my child on the playground the other day.
No, I'm just saying, like, no, what reminds me of it is
Step
when
off.
she was like, you know, it really stressed me out. I didn't know how to help. I didn't know how to intervene. I just don't think it's like their fault.
It's
you
so
know?
hard, though. Imagine if your dad was doing that.
I mean, my dad wanted to do that. My dad was like, he literally told me, because he always dated younger girls after he dumped my mom. And he was like, he would always have like inappropriately young girls. And then finally he started dating women his own age.
Yeah.
And I was like, how come you don't date young women anymore? He's like, ran out of money. I mean, it's just like, he would be doing that if he could. I mean, I think any guy who can afford to go to the Philippines after he's divorced to like his third wench, he's just like, he's sick of it. He's just like, I want a woman who's just going to do whatever I say, who's going to like, I don't have a lot of faith in men, I guess.
I don't know if
But if the guy has enough money to fly there and that's his type.
You know, by the way, that women do sex tourism too. I think it's Ghana. There's an African country where there's like an epidemic of like older European women coming. I think it's Ghana to like meet a man and like have a sex weekend. So, you know, it's not just men that are doing this. By the way, I don't know if he died doing what he loved, but I bet he died with a smile on his face, thinking about his Manila throuple in the Filipino traffic. The two sex workers in the back seat of his tuk-tuk slowly fingering each other. I think that's a good place to stop the podcast. Well, Natasha, what have we covered today? Filipino sex workers, what the Endless Honeymoon podcast can do for your polyamory life, intimacy workshops.
I'm going to start a cleaning business.
Natasha's starting a cleaning business for 5 minutes or less. I'm going to start, I'm available for any EDM festivals. I have not gotten one offer. It's a little weird.
All right, listen, if you have a secret, call us. Tell us what it is. Get it off your chest. 213-222-8608.
I lied. I did get an offer. Somebody hit me up and they said, hey, we want you to come on and play at this Hillel. And I said, oh, okay, we'll go through my agent. And go, well, we did contact your agent.
And they said no.
No, we did contact your agent. They said they don't handle you musically, only for comedy. I go, what? What is this for? She goes, it's for DJing. You're going to be opening for some emo band. I go, okay. Give me a bunch of money. And she's like, okay, I'll get back to you.
She's like, we have $600.
I never heard back from her.
All right, listen. So also, if you have a need for advice, you can send us an email and maybe you can be on the pod. endlesshoneymoonpod@gmail.com.
Subscribe to us on YouTube. That's the place to do it. We would love to see those subscriber numbers tick ever up. But speaking of ticking ever up, Patreon. We want you as a member. We're doing a special right now. We've slashed prices. The lowest tier, $5 a month. It used to be much more.
How about the lowest tier? If you're a single, anyone can. The single stuff has to be like the lowest.
That's what I'm saying.
Anyone.
I agree.
Because
yes.
I really think
Yep.
this would be good because it's like you're already figuring out that you have like the same sensibility as someone.
You're gonna be mad at me, Natasha, but I'm gonna say it. We're gonna lower the price of the lowest tier to $5 a month. Okay, you can join for $5 a month now. I'm slashing prices over here, and I know I'm crazy.
This is like a telethon.
$5 a month, you can become a member of our Patreon. $5 a month? $5 a month? That's less than you spend on coffee.
To get fingered while your boyfriend looks at you in the rearview mirror?
We are guaranteeing you'll be in a throuple by the end of 2025. Find us online. Find us wherever you get your podcasts, and I will find you in the bedroom where I'm going to try doggy style with you for the very first time. And tonguing.
All right. Well, listen, we love you, and I love you.
I love you too.